Places like Gravity Hills, Spook Hills, and other mysterious spots hold a certain weird kind of energy where gravity just doesn't seem to work the way we understand it. These hills are quite an attraction for tourists and locals alike. Those who like the paranormal often attribute these events to ghosts or aliens, but we will reveal the scientific mystery only at the end of the video. Still, you can put your guesses in the comments below and check later if you were right. Welcome back to Forever Green, where today we're going to look at 15 incredible places where gravity just doesn't seem to work. Number 15. St. Ignace Mystery. The story goes that in the early 1950s, a few researchers were exploring Michigan's Upper Peninsula when they realized their equipment wasn't working correctly. And after a few tests, lo and behold, they found a mystery spot. It was all concentrated in one circle, about 300 feet in diameter. And here, gravity does strange things. Or more likely, your brain does strange things to make sense of the information you just can't comprehend. In this spot, compasses go crazy, balls roll uphill, and people's heights seem to change suddenly. Here, you can also stand at an impossible angle and not fall down. You'll find other strange phenomena here, thanks to the lack of gravitational force, and you can perform tricks like standing on the wall or sitting on a chair 2 feet off the ground. Visitors have also reported weird, queasy physical sensations, but they keep coming back for more. Number 14. Magnetic Hill, Leh. This is a small, not so well-known spot. It stretches for 18 miles from Leh to Kargil, and it's called the Magnetic Hill of Ladakh. The road ahead takes you uphill. However, you could simply turn off the engine and keep your car in neutral, and you'll feel the car move upwards slowly. It can go up to 12 miles an hour, and it is said that there is a magnetic force that pulls the car uphill. Even planes flying over this area increase their altitude for some time to avoid the magnetic field. Locals have even put up a billboard in the area, giving tourists the exact spot to park their car to experience the phenomenon. A yellow box on the road marks where they park in neutral, and from there, onlookers can see the vehicle being drawn up the hill. There are two theories about this. One states that the mountain has a strong magnetic force. The other explains that it's merely an optical illusion, and the vehicle is actually going downhill, and therefore not defying gravity. Either way, it's a treat to watch. Number 13. Mount Ararat, Armenia. India's Magnetic Hill has a cousin in Armenia. Here, the water in the river flows from the bottom to the top. When you put the car on neutral, it automatically goes uphill without any driver. If you put a bottle on the ground, it will again roll uphill. Walking up the hill feels easier than walking down. Whatever is happening here, it's definitely attracting thousands of tourists a year. Sitting about 18 miles away from the Turkey border, this mountain defies all known physics. There are many guesses about the mystery of this mountain. The theories are quite similar to those surrounding the Magnetic Hill in India. Some think this is a deformation of gravitational field or some special magnetic fields. On the extreme end, some locals believe it might have something to do with aliens and UFOs in the area. The more skeptical people think it's merely an optical illusion due to the absence of the horizon. Number 12. The Stone of Davosco. This 270-ton rock in Tandil, Argentina, became the main attraction of the town for tourists. The stone was named Davosco in honor of the legendary hero, and it balanced relatively on its own on the edge of a rock. It was fascinating not only because of how it balanced on its own on the edge of the rock, but also because it rocked from morning to evening due to winds. You could miss it because it rocked quite slowly, but it was still quite impressive. People would place bottles under the bottom of the massive rock only to see them smashed later in the day. Sadly, you can't see this anymore because the stone unexpectedly fell in 1912. Some say it happened due to vandalism or vibrations caused by an explosion in a nearby quarry. In 2007, a copy of the stone was put in the same place, and it was made a historical symbol of Tandil. The place is now called Parque Lítico La Movediza. And if you think that sounds crazy, just wait till we get to number 1. Number 11. The Oregon Vortex. The vortex in Oregon lies between Grants Pass and Medford, and it first opened in 1930. The land was once a gold mine until a poorly built cabin collapsed over it. That cabin was made by John Litster, a physicist and geologist conducting experiments at the time. And many of the experiments are showcased by the tour guides here today. Changes in heights, objects rolling uphill, and some unseen forces that tend to pull you off balance for no reason. Many tourists have tried to offer explanations, ranging from magnetic forces to aliens, but the guides never show any bias and instead show off the mystery with levels and boards. But the owners of the vortex do have their own explanation. They believe there's a whirlpool of force here that plays with your perspective. As you walk toward magnetic south, you appear to grow taller. As you go back toward magnetic north, you seem to get shorter. At every demonstration of this phenomenon, tour guides use levels to show that it's absolutely not fake. Some suggest it's an illusion of angles, but photographic evidence debunks that. Skeptics often bring equipment to measure the effect, but they all walk away just as confused as the rest of us. Number 10. Hoover Dam, Nevada. The 726-foot dam makes for quite a climb, but worth it just to conduct this little experiment. You can pour some water out of your bottle and see how the liquid flies up instead of flowing down. The same thing happens when you throw any light object from this height, it just flies up. Hoover Dam is a concrete arch-gravity dam in the Colorado River's Black Canyon between Nevada and Arizona. Its structure creates an upward draft that makes the water actually defy gravity. The Hoover Dam acts as a wind tunnel of sorts against the atmospheric conditions that nestle up to the Black Canyon. Because of this, the dam is a barrier that can whip up winds that go up to 50 miles per hour. Number 9. Mystery Spot, Santa Cruz. The United States is full of such anomalies, and Santa Cruz is no different. The Mystery Spot is a gravitational anomaly in the redwood forests just outside Santa Cruz, California. It's a circular area about 150 feet in diameter, and within that circle, your perceptions and understanding of physics will be tested. Some theorize that there is a spacecraft buried deep within the ground. Some say a meteor fell in the olden days and left something like a magic circle. Other theories include carbon dioxide permeating from the Earth, a hole in the ozone layer, a magma vortex, the highest dielectric biocosmic radiation known anywhere in the world, and radiesthesia. But the truth is, it's a tilt-induced visual illusion. That's right, whatever you experience is due to the tilted floor. These include balls rolling uphill, misperceptions in size due to a slanting house distorting the horizon, and people leaning farther than usual without falling down. The distorted orientation also causes your other senses to fall back, while your visual senses become heightened. Number 8. The Kinder Downfall. Located in the northwest of Derbyshire, River Kinder is a small river originating from Kinder Scout Plateau. After flowing through the Kinder Gates rocks, it joins the waterfall known as Kinder Downfall. It is the tallest waterfall in Peak District. During summers, the waterfall behaves like any other, but when the level rises in the rainy seasons, strong winds cause the water to flow in the opposite direction, making it look like a reverse waterfall. The site seems like an illusion of some sort. This is definitely a rare and unique phenomenon, where nature itself defies the laws that govern it. Number 7. Mysterious Road, Jeju. Located on the Jeju-do Island of South Korea, this road isn't your typical tourist hotspot, but it's a place you'll never forget seeing. Known as Dokkaebi Road to the locals, the area is attractive for many reasons. It is beautiful, full of biodiversity with a rich cultural history and stunning scenery. And of course, the part where it defies gravity is pretty neat too. The mysterious road is essentially an optical illusion. Unlike the purpose-built optical illusions found in museums and used in magic shows, this was created entirely by accident. Things look as though they're just rolling uphill, but people just can't tell how. The truth is, it actually isn't an uphill slope at all. The slope goes downhill, but appears the opposite due to the high surroundings. It is fascinating to witness, and it seriously makes you question your judgment. Number 6. Devil's Tower. So, technically, this formation doesn't defy gravity, but it is quite the gravitational nightmare. The Devil's Tower is a formation in the Bear Lodge Ranger District of the Black Hills. It was actually the very first United States national monument, established in 1906 by President Roosevelt. It is also one of the most important tourist attractions in Wyoming. Climbers love it too, but for some reason, climbers that have even gone up Mount Everest can't seem to manage this tower. It's nowhere near the height of Everest, yet very few have managed to climb it. It's only 1,267 feet tall, but it's impossible to get to the very top because of its steep walls, and it would be even harder to return back down. Number 5. Electric Bray. Some people tend to blame new technology for many things simply because they don't understand how it really works. If you've ever been told something like the 5G network transmits a virus, know that this fear of progress isn't a new thing. The optical illusion of the electric bray was blamed on the newest phenomenon, which was electricity at the time. The term electric dates back to when locals thought the phenomenon was caused by electric or magnetic attraction within the bray. This cliffside road was thought to be pulled by the electricity of the offshore island of Iran, because when you think you are going up, you're actually going down, and vice versa. There is an upward slope, but the land's configuration on either side of the road provides an optical illusion, making it look as if the slope is going the other way. Today, locals still have to beware of people stopped in the road amazed at their car seemingly freewheeling uphill. Others will stop and put a ball in the middle of the road and watch it roll uphill. Number 4. Mooresville, Indiana. There are some strange going-ons in country roads for sure. You see things you don't usually see, like tractors, farm animals, cars parked in neutral, and pedestrians holding bags of flour? The famous Gravity Hill near Magnetic Acres is an optical illusion, and a pretty convincing one at that. Put your car in neutral at the bottom of the hill, or place a ball on the road. The hill will immediately start to pull it upwards, which is, of course, the wrong direction according to gravity. There are stories of a school bus stalling here some decades ago, when it intersected with a railroad track and got run over by a train, killing several. Now, the theory goes that children's spirits push things uphill and out of harm's way. As for the bags of flour, people here tell you to sprinkle flour on your bumper so you can see the children's handprints appear after you have been pushed to safety. Number 3. Spook Hill, Florida. Speaking of the spirits, another place in the US attributes its lack of gravitational force to a supernatural power. Located in Lake Wales, about 50 miles away from Disney World, is Spook Hill, a gravity hill where you guessed it, a car placed in neutral will start rolling up the hill. Before the age of automobiles, horses would apparently struggle to go downhill, but going uphill was no problem. Some legends say that an Indian chief battled an alligator that had been terrorizing the local village. The fight was so intense that both died on top of this hill, but it's not clear which of the two haunts the area. Of course, in reality, neither chief nor the alligator is responsible for the hill's anti-gravity properties, and like all other anti-gravity spots, it is the result of a clever optical illusion. It is now time to check out today's subscriber pick. Remember, if you ever come across some bizarre or fascinating image, you can send it to us and we'll investigate. This one seems to be quite a mind-boggling image of people sitting on walls, which should be impossible. But it's a meme, of course. Don't worry, we do have something equally exciting and bizarre in store for you. Check out number 2. Confusion Hill, California. A pretty apt name for this phenomenon, don't you think? It has been suggested that instead of calling images that differ from objective truth as optical illusions, we call them brain fails. And brain fails are precisely what you get in Confusion Hill. Set amongst redwood trees in Pierce, California, this hill is one of many mystery spots in Gravity Hills on the West Coast. And because this area has no guided tour, you're pretty much free to explore the space however you want. No guides force you to look through a particular perspective, and you can play around with the tricks here. Among the illusions are rolling a golf ball out the window and having it come back to you, literally standing on the walls, in a gravity chair that is easy to get into and tough to get out of. Before we look at the final, most incredible anti-gravity phenomenon, we have a quick challenge for you that will only take 5 seconds. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and you'll get 25 years of fantastic luck. Try it, it really works. Number 1. The Golden Boulder. The Kyaktio Pagoda, or the Golden Rock, is a Buddhist pilgrimage site in Burma, and it has something particularly interesting. a golden rock that looks like it could fall any second. The rock seems to defy gravity. According to legend, the granite boulder is perched on a strand of Buddha's hair. Another story suggests that a Buddhist priest impressed the celestial king with his aestheticism. The king used his supernatural powers to carry the rock to its current place, specifically choosing the stone for its resemblance to the monk's head. The boulder is about 24 feet high, with the pagoda sitting on top of it. Nobody really has a scientific explanation for how this is possible. However, people still flock to the site in large numbers to look at this incredible phenomenon themselves. It is said that only a woman can move the boulder, which is why women are not allowed to touch the rock. So, you've probably guessed by now how these anti-gravity places work. While not all of them can be explained away, most of these happen because they are optical illusions. The horizon line and other features of the landscape trick the brain into perceiving the slope as uphill. Still, it can be hard to convince the brain otherwise. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and check out more videos on nature and animals on the 4Evergreen channel. We'll be back soon with another video, but until then, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.